Hello everybody, welcome back to Ryan's Library. You see, I lost a tooth. There's a tooth just like growing. And we're reading Captain Underpants by Dave Pilkey. Today we are reading 2 chapters. And one is about George and Harold. And the other one is about aliens. So let's get started. Now in full color, Captain Underpants. Chapter 1, George and Harold. This is George Bearn and Harold Hutchins. George is the kid on the left with a tie and the flat top. Harold is the one on the right with the t-shirt and the bad haircut. Remember that now. If you were looking for a few words to describe George and Harold, you might come up with a kind, funny, smart, determined, and deep. Just ask their principal, Mr. Krupp. He'll tell you that George and Harold are kind of funny, looking smart elks who are determined to drive everybody off the deep end. But don't listen to him. George and Harold are actually very clever and good-hearted boys. Their only problem is that they're 4th grades, and at George and Harold's school, 4th graders are expected to sit and pay attention for 7 hours a day. George and Harold are just not very good at that. The only thing George and Harold are good at is being silly. Unfortunately, George and Harold's sentence gets them into trouble every now and then. Sometimes it gets them into a lot of trouble, and one time they got them into so much trouble it almost caused the entire earth to be destroyed by an army of giant evil zombie nerds. But before I tell you that story, I have to tell you this story. Chapter 2, The Evil Space Guys. One dark, clear night in Pequot, Ohio, a flaming object was seen strike across the quiet midnight sky. It shot brightly for a second or two, then fizzled out just above German Horwitz Elementary School. Nobody gave it a second of it. The next day, everything seemed pretty normal. Nobody noticed anything different about school. Nobody paid any attention to the roof. And of course, nobody looked up and said, "Hey, what's that big spaceship thingy doing on the roof of the school?" Perhaps they had a horrible ordeal that follow might never have happened, and you wouldn't be sitting there and read about it right now. But they didn't. It did, and well, here we are. As we can all plainly see, there was a spaceship on top of the building, and inside the spaceship there were 3 of the most evil, hideous, and McClary's spacemen ever to set foot on the roof of a small Midwestern elementary school. Their names were Zorks, Clax, and Jeffren. Their mission? To take over the planet Earth. First, said Zork, we must find a way to Florence School. Then, said Clax, we'll turn all the children into a giant super-powered evil zombie nerds. Finally, said Jeffren, we'll use them to take over the world. Zorks and Clax laughed and laughed. Silence, you fools, barked Jeffren. If our plan is to work, we must wait until it is narrowly convenient. In the meantime, we'll watch their every move without trinocloscope. This is the end of the book. If you like the video, please subscribe or hit the bell. Bye-bye. Don't forget to subscribe.